video on classification. This time we're going to talk about this guy called Linnaeus and how he has defined the way that we classify all living things on Earth. Yes, so we call this Linnaean classification and we're going to go through his levels now. So he came up with this kind of system that's like an address for finding the organism that you want. So you start off at your highest level up here, so that's called a kingdom. Then you go to a phylum, class, order, family, genus, species. So that's quite a lot of new words, and I think that's one of the biggest challenges that we have when it comes to biology is all of the language. So it's so interesting to learn about these things, but there's lots and lots of new words. So what I would encourage you to do is to start your own glossary. Just write down what the words are that we're learning and see how you go from there. In addition to that, we also have a Quizlet. So you can go to Sector and you can find the Quizlet and you can play all of these words over and over again, and eventually they're going to stick. But the hardest part about it is just using those words over and over again. So when it comes to the levels of classification, we are going to break apart a few of these. So the next video is going to go through, not this one, it's going to go through the 5 kingdoms that we need to know. So you could be an animal, a plant, a fungus, a protist, or a prokaryote. So they're the different kingdoms that we have. Then you go down another level and we go to phylum, so that's a bit more specific. Class is a bit more specific again. Order, more specific. You can see how this is getting narrower and narrower. So as you go down your levels, you get more and more specific. Now, this isn't my example here because I want you to come up with your own. This is one that I made up. Oh, sorry, I think Miss Dubstay made up. So this says, kids pick chocolate over fried green spinach is the way of remembering. Kingdom, phylum, class, order, family, genus, species. Now I'm going to link you to an awesome song that you can watch as well that's going to help you to learn these are the levels of organization and the levels of classification that we use. Okay, so how might you use this system to classify an organism? So let's classify us as humans. So our kingdom is Animalia, which is just animal in Latin. Our phylum is Chordata, meaning that we have a spinal cord running down our back. Our class is Mammalia, that means we have mammary glands. Then we go down to our order, which is primates, and you may have heard of primates before. It's kind of all of the ape-like creatures. Then we go down one more and we go to the family Hominidae, and then the genus Homo, and this finally the species. Our species name is sapiens. So what I would like you to do is I'd like you to pause, go to Google and see if you can find another animal within the Hominidae group. So just have a quick Google and go, what other animals or what animals are in the family Hominidae, and find one, and you might be surprised at how many other animals there are that are in the same family as us, humans. The next thing I'm going to talk to you about in this video is about binomial nomenclature. Now, very big words there, but let's break them down. Bicycle is also starts with that bi, so what do we think the prefix bi might mean? Hopefully you're thinking that it means 2. Yeah, kind of like dichotomous keys. Binomial naming nomenclature system means that we have 2 names. So bi meaning that, nomial meaning name, so 2 name. That's it. Binomial nomenclature just means like a system or a way of naming it. So binomial nomenclature means a system where you get 2 names to name an organism. So this is developed by the man I was talking about at the beginning, the big head honcho of all things biological classification. His name is Carolus Linnaeus, or sometimes we just call him Carl. Yeah, Carl Linnaeus. He was a Swedish biologist back in the 1700s, and he came up with this 2-name system using Latin or Greek words. So he came up with this 2-part system. We call that system binomial nomenclature. Now this is in the Quizlet for you to practice as well. So for example, here is a puma. not really a great photograph of a puma, more of a little bit of a cartoon or a clip art of a puma. And its scientific name, or its binomial name, is called Felis concolor. Yeah, where Felis is that genus name, and I'll just pop back here really quickly so you can see. So genus is down second from the bottom, and concolor is the species name. So that's right down the very bottom. So we call ourselves Homo sapiens. So when you refer to an organism scientifically, you always use both the genus and the species name. So for example, we are called Homo sapiens. It doesn't matter what you look like. If you are a human, you are a Homo sapiens. We are all the one species. One more. Today's scientific names for organisms are still in Latin and Greek, so Homo sapiens is still Latin. Here, for example, is a picture of a monarch butterfly, and its scientific or binomial name, and you can use either one, is Danaus plexippus. Danaus plexippus. I would say, can you go and look up particular types of creatures, particularly if you're a Harry Potter fan. If you're a Harry Potter fan, go up and look for the scientific name of a wolf and the scientific name for a cat. Okay, look up those two there, and hopefully a Harry Potter fan will enjoy what they find. But ultimately, that's the end of my little video on the levels of organisation. Bye!